Picture the most unexpected Hollywood chemistry test of the year: Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson sharing that knowing smile that looks like a secret whispered in a crowded room. And now imagine the rumor mill throwing gasoline on every flicker of eye contact. That's where we are tonight, and I'm unpacking everything fans, red carpet body language experts, and industry whisperers claim to have noticed so far, from cheek kisses and chest touches to cryptic little nods that scream soft launch instead of promo stunt.
I can't stop laughing. Let's do it together.
If you love deep dive celebrity breakdowns that don't blink when the tea gets hot, tap like, smash, subscribe, and drop your wildest theory in the comments. Team True Romance or Team PR Plot Twist? Because by the end of this, you're going to pick a side, and you're going to have receipts in the form of micro moments you can't unsee. So here's the spark that keeps replaying in everyone's head: that August carousel where Pamela casually drops cozy shots with Liam like it's no big deal, and then in slides a blessing disguised as a few red heart emojis from Jolie Richardson, Natasha Richardson's sister, a family member who could have stayed silent but didn't. And in Hollywood, that's louder than a press release. Immediately, the conversation flips from cute co-stars to permission granted, and suddenly, every little glance looks like foreshadowing in a rom-com you've already decided to root for. The spicy part? Fans swear those photos weren't just press day snaps allegedly. There are candid angles where their hands are clasped just out of frame, like the camera caught the tail end of something real before they made space for the official shot. Is that a stretch? Or the truest kind of breadcrumb? The accidental reveal that exists because real life leaks past the edges of the lens? Now, jump back a bit to the London premiere and watch it with gossip goggles. The cheek kiss that's playful enough to be deniable and intimate enough to fuel 1,000. Are they really? Stitches on TikTok. The hand on his chest that isn't a stagey waist hover, but a comfort touch. The half smile from Liam that says, "You just made me laugh." And tell me you don't see two people doing that careful dance where you give the audience a taste without giving away the meal. And of course, the skeptics yell, "Prue!" Because co-stars flirting during promo is the oldest trick in the book. But if this is a stunt, why is the tone so soft? Why does it read unhurried, underscored by ease, rather than a tight, over-choreographed squeeze for headlines? Here's where the rumor flame gets oxygen. People in the comments, allegedly crew, adjacent, and friend of a friend, types keep dropping little crumbs that feel like coincidence until they don't, like the running joke that these two have a shared love of quiet corners, or that someone spotted them ducking out the side of a screening to grab a late-night bite where the lighting's bad and the music's too good. I am not saying that's confirmed. I'm saying the whispers persist, and in celebrity math, repeated whispers become patterns you track, not facts you print. The WWHL energy becomes its own subplot when the vibe in the room is mischievous and the family dynamic seems relaxed. It's like someone took the "what will the family think" chapter off the table and replaced it with a wink. Rumor, addicted viewers swear they caught a lip balm pass, a shared inside joke, the kind of intimacy that slips out around corners where publicists can't stage manage the banter. Plus, the sun test lore has entered the chat. People buzzed that Daniel wasn't side-eyeing the Momenta was in on the joke, which is rumor gold because it telegraphs zero family resistance where a PR-only fling would usually keep relatives far, far away from the frame. Then there's the watch theory. Fans zooming into premieres to compare Liam's classicist taste with what looks like a subtle style nod on Pamela's Rista delicate strap that shows up, disappears, then reappears on a non-press day. Does that mean anything? Maybe nothing, maybe everything. But the internet is a pattern recognition machine, and when people want a love story, they turn accessories into hieroglyphs. Same goes for the shared song rumor that exploded after someone claimed they heard the same vintage track drifting in two different behind-the-scenes clips days apart. Did they coordinate? Is it just a studio playlist? I'm laughing because this is how fandom writes fanfic in real time. Connect two dots, add heart emojis, and the ship sails. The PR couple debate is where it gets spicy, because it's no fun if there's no resistance. Allegations of promo posing flare up anytime co-stars look this comfortable, and yet, the cadence is off for a gimmick. The gestures are too small, too consistent, too resistant to the hard launch that would give a quick numbers pop. Stunts love a viral dinner, a blaring headline, a conveniently placed paparazzi ambush. This pairing keeps choosing small, sweet moments over big, loud ones. And we've all been here long enough to know that blandly affectionate repetition is either real or Oscar-worthy. Meanwhile, gossip accounts toss out blind item adjacent hints, nothing actionable, the kind that keep you refreshing. A beloved actor and a reinvented icon were seen whispering at a private members club, both dressed down. No entourage sounds like half of Hollywood on any given Tuesday, but the comments always read, "It's them! It's gotta be them!" And you know what? Even if it wasn't, the rumor has done its job. It reinforces the possibility of a low-key, off-camera rhythm that extends beyond press lines. Let's talk body language again, because the replay value is insane. The way Pamela angles toward him with her shoulders, front-facing, not the side hug pose, the way Liam's attention locks a half-second longer than polite between questions, the mutual, silly label that feels like a private language. Seasoned watchers will tell you real rapport always looks a little bit dorky, and the dork factor here is high little giggles, over-talking each other in a sweet way, the micro-pauses where you can see they're enjoying the chaos. Then the healing arc element drops like a velvet hammer. Everyone remembers Liam's love story with Natasha and the quiet dignity of his grief, so when Jolie leaves hearts instead of silence, it reads like a benediction, and Pamela's whole rebrand into softness and truth, turning down the volume on glam to turn up the volume on candor, syncs perfectly with a story about second chances. The rumor engine feeds off that alignment because it's sweeter than scandal and safer than denial. It gives us a narrative with stakes that aren't ugly. Can two grown-ups with history and scar tissue build something gentle in a city that rewards chaos? Now, spice check. There's also chatter about who followed whom first and who silently liked whose throwback photo, a breadcrumb trail that stands track like detectives. Was that a private account like? A Finsta? Did a stylist on one side start appearing near credits on the other side's team? Rumor says yes. Common sense says stylists run in the same circles. Either way, the cross-pollination reads like the early, unspoken stage of we're in each other's calendars, the phase where people close to the situation start using "we" by accident. Another whisper that won't die, a low-lit dinner after a late screening where the vibe allegedly drifted from notes on scenes to hands-on forearms, that intimate, conversational affection that doesn't care if the bill never arrives. Is it confirmed? No. Does the rumor keep people hanging around for updates? Absolutely. That's the psychology here. Leave the door cracked and the audience becomes your co-author. Every 48 hours there's a new micro moment to obsess over, and that's how you build binge behavior on a real-time story. And because we're in the retention business, here's the mid-roll tension twist. What if they never hard launch? What if this is the most modern love story of all, radically boring in public, deeply connected in private, letting a few unguarded moments escape like fireflies and never bottling them for sale? It would drive the PR is everything crowd nuts, and yet it's the perfect antidote to stunt fatigue. The rumor feeds on the spaces between the photos, the silence between the quotes, the way a family member's hearts can say what a scripted answer never could. Keep your eyes on what happens post-release. This is where stunts go to die. If the sightings switch from carpets to low-key restaurants, if you catch them slipping into charity events without press, if a random fan selfie surfaces with both of them dressed like civilians and no glam squad in sight, that's your hallmark of real. Bonus spice. Watch for the "I'm so proud of you" comment that arrives under a project the other isn't obligated to promote. Watch for the subtle anniversaries marked with a shared object or a recurring place. Watch for the friend of a friend Instagram story where two familiar silhouettes appear in the background at a Sunday brunch. None of that proves anything alone, but the collage is the point. It's the breadcrumb era. Final hook to keep you here till the end. The one thing that could collapse the tea is over-explaining. If they rush to label, the magic goes. If they deny too hard, the crowd cries stunt. But if they keep the tone we've seen soft, A little silly, this could become the internet's favorite slow burn, the grown-up fairy tale told in red heart emojis, cozy carousels, and kisses that land like trailers for a scene the cameras never got to shoot. So tell me in the comments which rumor thread you're following, like a detective matching accessories, low-lit dinners, the shared song Easter egg, the family green lights, the vanishing reappearing bracelet, the quiet exits caught by no one but a security camera's reflection in a window. Because that's the game now. We're all reading the same tea leaves, writing the same story in the margins, and waiting to see if the last page turns itself. If you made it this far, you're my people tap. Like if the tiny details hooked you, subscribe so you don't miss the next micro update, and drop your take. Is this the rare, real romance that Hollywood couldn't manufacture if it tried? Or the most beautifully executed, we had fun, thanks for watching, the industry has pulled off in years? Either way, I'll keep chasing the crumbs so you don't have to, because sometimes the softest launch makes the loudest love story.